I pressed the button. We are
Every
live.
time.
I
Every
know.
time.
This is like this stirring sensation. I'm like, I'm pressing the button. We're going live. Good morning, Shannon.
Well, good morning, Jason. Hello from the beautiful King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
All right. What is going on over there, Shannon? This is a big week for you. What's happening?
Huge, huge week. Oh my gosh. I have looked forward to this week for so long. It is Life Sciences Dreamin', the premier technology conference for leaders in the life sciences industry who want to know how to use technology for their sales ops, and marketing teams to be productive and efficient. And holy moly, do we have a shindig planned here.
This is quite the shindig. I will be joining you later today, so I'm super excited about it too. But tell us what we could expect.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. Drive safely, please. We have so much fun going on. Tomorrow night, Sean Rao, recording artist Sean Rao, will be playing with a cocktail party and a grown up sort of book fair. And so we've got a bunch of authors who have their books. So that'll be really fun. Thursday, there are prolific sessions. I mean, the speakers, I'm in awe and I'm thinking, how do I cut myself into multiple me's so I can attend every single session? And Thursday night, this is the part I'm looking forward to. Shindig for real. Ian Gotts and his band, Jane Blonde and the Goldfingers, are going to be playing. We're having a live band dance party with flashing wristbands, like it's a Taylor Swift concert. It's going to be incredible. And then we round out Friday with more sessions.
That's awesome. Yeah, last year they crushed it. Ian and his band, they were amazing. So that'll be extremely fun. Looking forward to it. So yeah, super
Yeah, so
cool.
when you get up here and you go to the mall, get yourself a nice pair of dancing shoes.
Gonna need some extra cushion.
I'll say.
All right. So Life Sciences Dreaming. I'm sure it's just lifesciencesdreaming.com.
That's it.
Anybody that's you can check that out. That's an annual conference. Super cool. Yeah, very pumped up. I know that your whole team's excited as well too.
Everybody's so excited. And I will quickly plug the person who made the gorgeous website, and that is you. So thank you, Jason.
We're also we're an organizing sponsor as well, Fido SEO. So yeah, there was a ton of value last year, so could not obviously pass up the opportunity to be a part this year. So yeah, looking forward to that and next year as well, even already. So
I know. You know what's crazy is I'm looking forward to sleeping next week because I have not done much of it leading up to this. But as soon as this is done, I'm ready to start planning the next one. So let's go.
let's do it. All right. Well, today's Tuesday, which means new tech, and it's your turn, Shannon. So anybody out there that hasn't checked us out or subscribed on YouTube, do us a favor, go ahead and do that. And Shannon, tell us what we're going to be getting into today.
Today, I am super excited to show you Salesage. I have been waiting for this one. It is something that I am so pumped up about. I met Brooks from Problem Solutions at the Pittsburgh Tech Council AI ML Summit January. It feels like it was several years ago, but I think it was actually just this year. And he said, I've got to show you something really, really cool. And here it is. Salesage is a really remarkable platform that allows you to feed it all of your information. So you teach it all about your company, and it takes you through a few different sales situations to help coach you along the way. And I love it so much. Jason, I hope you're ready to be excited. I know you haven't seen this one yet.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what you got.
Let me present. I know I'm a little laggy, huh? Hotel
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
hotel Wi-Fi is always hit or miss. I usually end up defaulting to my cell hotspot usually.
I was trying that when I get on here today, and it didn't seem to be doing any better than the hotel Wi-Fi. So here we go. Let me show you.
All right.
Salesage. All right. Do you see it popping up here?
It is there thinking. Yep, we got it. Salesage. Okay.
Great. Salesage. So Salesage is your best sales partner and sales coach. And you can see there are a few different things that you can do inside of Salesage: role play, preparation, objection handling, and communications. This is still in beta, so I do want to let you know you should absolutely go to salesage.ai and get in on this, because it's the very beginning of this application. So I'm just going to give it a prompt and ask it to role play. Let's role play. I'm talking to a company who's spinning out their company from a parent, dealing with Brian, who's the manager of sales enablement and revenue ops. You will be Brian. I'm showing Brian our proposal, which is less cost than the other proposal that we have. Let's start the meeting where I'm showing him the proposal for a full Salesforce implementation. And I'm just going to click role play.
Okay.
And you will see Salesage. I love the prompt, right? It's good. I spent some time on that one. And it's like, sure, to get started, what customer behavior persona would you like to practice with? So I'm giving it all the information on Brian. And you can see how quickly it tells you, remember, I'm Brian. Hey, thanks for sending over the proposal. I've gone through it briefly and I see it's less expensive than other proposals we've been considering. Walk me through how you manage to keep the cost down while still offering a comprehensive solution. So if I'm the salesperson, I'm going to say, I cut out the UAT because you said your internal IT team would take care of it. And now let's see what Salesage tells me about Brian. It happens really quickly, and it's very conversational. All right, that makes sense. Our IT team is pretty capable, so handling the user acceptance testing internally should be fine. I'm just curious, do you think cutting out the UAT impacts the timeline or the effectiveness of the implementation? Anyway, Jason, does this not feel real?
Wow. Yeah, that does. That's pretty good. I like the conversational aspect of it as well. And this is just straight from scratch, right? Like, so it's knowledge on this, not pulling from any other type of knowledge base or anything. You've not preloaded this. This is just coming straight from your first prompt.
The only place that it's coming from is I worked with Diane at Salesage, and she took our general capabilities presentation, some collateral that we had. So it learned about cloud adoption solutions, but it didn't know anything about the scenario until we started it today.
That's really cool. And that's kind of why I asked, because we're seeing a lot of different platforms out there, right? Or even just a regular LLM like your GPT or something. You're going to have to give it that information or that background to get this level of context. So I was curious. That's where my first question came by. But yeah, this is looking pretty great.
I love how fast it works. And you can see I am just feeding it, information, like we're having a very nice conversation. And I know they've got some very exciting things coming out soon conversationally, but it truly feels like I'm talking to Brian. Well, I noticed the proposal includes a lot of customization options, which is great. How flexible are these customizations if we need to make changes? Our needs this feels so real, right?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Let's see. Customization.
So I'm going to tell it, once we're working on your implementation, we're prepared to make changes that are in scope. You saw that section, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see what it says. And it's just rolling right along. Yeah, I saw that section. It's reassuring to know there's some flexibility there. I guess my concern is what happens. So, Jason, we could go on and on, because Salesage is so smart that it will just continue to have this conversation with you until you start getting to the questions where it's like, yes, I'm ready to buy. So we've used this internally for role-playing scenarios. Yeah. We can get prepared. It just is so smooth, works so well. It feels like the magic we've been waiting for.
That's great. I like this role play kind of aspect of it as well. Like you said, you can bring your team in, you can run these scenarios, you can kind of get a feel for what the conversation might be like. I think what I like, my ears perked up when I heard you say objections, right? So when we're talking about sales, right, what's the biggest hurdle that most people have in their sales cycle is handling the objections by your prospects or your current or your future clients. What's the experience been like on that end with are you also kind of giving it that preloaded or information up front, like what are the biggest objections that we see, and then how is Sage kind of interacting with you on that front?
What's wonderful is the team behind Salesage has been feeding it really smart sales process information. So I didn't feed it anything about objections. That conversational tone comes from all the development that they've been doing. So
Mhm.
it's not necessarily particular to challenger sale or spin selling, but it follows a fairly generic sales philosophy that feels super human. I mean, it is really
Okay.
great. Every time I play with it, I'm like, wow, this is something a person would say.
That's super cool. I love me some spin selling also, by the way. That's one of my favorite staples. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all.
you
That's
know, I
awesome.
think if you've got a junior SDR, somebody who's fairly new, and they're going to be having a conversation, this is a great coaching tool because it feels pretty real. It's very in depth. I know all sales managers have great, really great intentions, but they don't
Mhm.
always have time. And Sales Sage is a wonderful way to start to get people prepped for those conversations. And that's why I love it.
Yeah, I think even or just, throughout that back and forth kind of volleying of information, you're probably going to also uncover some unknowns or some variables that maybe you haven't thought about, right? I know everybody's kind of steeped in their own business and they're steeped in their own processes and ways. And maybe this is a great way to get a new, shine a new light on some different aspects of your funnel.
Totally agreed. And I think that is what it's going to be great for. We keep playing with it in different ways. How do we word the proposal so the prospect will understand it? How do we have this type of conversation? So we keep trying to toss different, we even used it to beef up our internal corporate capabilities presentation, and it did a remarkable job. It is gorgeous technology.
That's awesome. So, what are we looking at in terms of, entry level trying to, kind of come in? Do they have different types of tiers? What's happening with subscriptions and what's the model looking like?
Yeah, so I think Salesage is still so new. I was one of the very early beta testers. I mean, I was in there when it still was being molded, and we were learning how to teach it. So I've been in it for a really long time trying to help them along. So I'm a little grandfathered in. Their pricing is extremely reasonable though. It is, I think, one of those ones where you're going to reach out as a, founder-led sales. If you're one person, they probably have a
Mhm.
different pricing structure than if you're an enterprise sales team. And they've got some pretty big brand names using this tool right now. So I really recommend reach out to the folks there. They are extremely hands-on. So it's not one of those technologies at this moment that you sign up for and they don't, they're going to, it's still.
Okay. Yeah. No. That sounds great. I think you mentioned this earlier that the team's going to also kind of bring you in, onboard you. You're going to be able to provide it with the specifics about your company, the specifics about your process. That feeds into the LLM, which is great, right? So that's where you're getting all that rich context. So yeah, I think that'd be beneficial, obviously, to have that team at Salesage to kind of assist you in getting this set up. And I'm starting to see that a lot now too with some other platforms, which I think is ideal because you have to get granular on a lot of things, especially your sales process. So super neat. All right, Shannon, I also think that we lost you with the hotel Wi-Fi. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Shannon's got a nice frozen face. So we'll go ahead and see everybody next week. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Talk to everybody soon.